Welcome back, everybody, to more Leif Plays City Skylines, and we've got some problems solved. This is that big roundabout at the south of our city that was leading into our University Village area, and as you can see, traffic is flowing beautifully now. I did a couple of things that really helped this. You'll notice that I no longer have the main highways running into the roundabout. That made a huge difference because now traffic going straight through doesn't have to slow down or stop or turn. So that's really good. So north-south goes under, east-west goes over, and you have exits that run into the roundabout, entrances and exits in the roundabout. Also, I had a couple of bypasses that really helped. This one here to the south that wrapped around up there, and then this one here that wraps around down below. They are carrying significantly less traffic now than they did to begin with, because I also was tweaking some other pieces of this. So there's that bit, but then as you can see, I've straightened out a lot more of our industry here, which really helped. And I swapped directions of these two overpasses here because we have our entrance here from the highway into University Village district, and that comes straight up here in a one-way, and I figured, you know, rather than having a jog here, let's just go straight up through right like that. Now this area has still got some traffic issues that need to be worked out. As you can see here, still some issues, but University Village is looking much better than it was before. A couple of trouble spots still. This little guy here, our entrance here as well, and yeah, we'll come back to that at some later point. I think that's not terrible yet. We do have a backup here at the very front, but everything is doing pretty good here for now. So this episode, I just wanted to go through and kind of show you a little bit of what I'm doing with the traffic situations to try and fix them. And I guess before we get to that, we have an oil refining district here, because if we look at our natural resource map, we have a lot of oil over here. So I figured that might be kind of fun to, try that out and see what we get out of having some oil industry, some specialized industry, and it really bumped up our income. So I think that's the main thing, is you get, you know, better income from specialized industry. That seems to be the case. So I see a couple buildings on fire. Let's just check. And no, I never did put a fire department over here, so let's just throw that right down in the middle here somewhere, and that'll just help keep that a bit under control. And let's just check water, because I thought I saw something over here didn't have water. Oh, it's a little end bit here. So we'll just drag that over for now. Okay, so let's pick, getting to what I wanted to do today, let's pick a spot to work on the traffic, and I'll kind of show you what I was doing. It can tend to take a while to get stuff really cleaned up, and I'm kind of going to leave this area alone because we need to rearrange a lot of these roads and do some other stuff as we go. But let's look, let's see here. Let's pick something good. Why don't we work on this little bit here? So, well, I guess that's less interesting to do, because that's just it's an intersection problem, I think, is the main deal. Let's see here. I'm just looking here to see some of the things that that have the same features that I was working on before, and I think I actually got most of them done. But let's look at this area here. This is getting a little bit clogged up, and as we can see, we have a very non-ideal 90-degree four-way intersection here on a highway. So traffic all has to slow down to get anywhere, which is not at all what we want. So let's pause here. Let's blow that road up, and let's just see what happens if we replace this with a bit of a nice curved exit there, and let's flip the direction. And let's just let that run now and see if that helps. And it should, because traffic is not going to slow down so much on that right side. And in fact, nobody in the middle lane should be slowing down for this entrance now. But obviously they're still going to be doing it for that side. So let's just come in here and do the same thing for this one. And we'll just bring this up and over. Sometimes I find it's easier to go backwards and then flip the direction for some reason. Sometimes the way that things connect has some asymmetry to it for some reason. Alright, so now I bet that will mostly take care of this issue. What would be even better is probably to pull these exits further back, and then maybe even, well, no, that probably won't help. So this should start getting better, because we'll have more throughput, less slowing down, no backup. It's still slowing though, which is maybe why it's turning red there. But we got no backup, which is good. This here now, this is a problem. So we've got traffic coming. We've got very complicated traffic flow here. And this is part of a systematic change that needs to happen. But our one-way loop means certain areas get really isolated, like this two-way road right here. The only way into it is by coming in from the rest of the University Village district, and the only way out is totally out back to the highway. So you end up with this enormous loop to get in and out of this area, which is not ideal at all. So that's something that we'll have to change, and probably just putting a middle road down in this way, and then maybe getting rid of this intersection entirely. And actually, let's just try that right now on camera and see what we can come up with. So I'm going to stick with two-way roads for now, and we're just going to pull this right through. We'll lose a little bit of building, but that's all right. We'll take that one out, and then we'll drag it all the way over, but just so it doesn't connect. And let's speed this up a bit so we can see how things develop. And we should see that this intersection, or this corner here, is better than it was. It's still not solved. I think it's mainly this sharp corner that we take. That's the big problem. But it's a lot better. So let's see if we can take care of this sharp corner now. Let's take those out. Now we do have a walking path back here and some nice trees and stuff, so we'll try not to damage that too much. We'll get rid of a few of these trees along the edge, and then we can fill some in again when we know where we're going. But let's just do a nice curve here. And let's see what that does to traffic. Oh yeah. That makes a huge difference because traffic doesn't have to slow down, which is really good. Okay, cool. So let's throw a couple of trees back in here just to fill in that curve, make it look nice and natural, like it's been there for a while. Cool. Excellent. So that is working much better. I don't like these little tails of roads that don't go anywhere. That really kind of bothers me. Oops. Let's undo that. But I don't know. We'll see if there's maybe some better solutions for that. Actually, one thing that I'm thinking is this could be, could come up, go over, and connect to this highway up here. But that might not solve anything, and actually we'd lose some zonable frontage on that road, I think. Alright, so let's look at our traffic now again. Now, any of the big intersections are always going to be a problem. So some of what you want to do is sort of figure out where traffic is coming from and where it's going to. So at this intersection, I think that's less important where stuff is going to and where it's coming from. And it's more important to just realize we've got a big stoplight here, and the traffic is not, it's just stopping, it's backing up, it's not flowing freely, which is not what we want. So what we probably want to do is figure out a way to get these intersections to happen without a stoplight. But there's some very weird situations in which you don't get stoplights, and I would have to look up some of that to be sure, but the easiest way to do it is to work with highways. But down in here we want all of this, we want this frontage here. So actually, now that I look at this, what we could do is, let's try it and see what happens. What we could do is de-zone some of this stuff, because those are not ideal sizes for buildings anyway. Let's de-zone that, and this block right across the street, that has frontage from the two side roads. So this segment here could probably be upgraded to a highway. Yeah, and we don't lose that because all the buildings were pointed there, but those will rebuild facing the two side roads. And let's de-zone these little chunks here. Okay, so we've got rid of, yep, we got rid of the stoplight. So that alone probably makes a big difference. It's still a bit awkward here. It doesn't flow smoothly. So let's see, it's because we've got people trying to cross. Okay, so probably, yeah, we want to get rid of that cross traffic because that's really clogging stuff up. Because this traffic can come down and turn later on. It doesn't have to do it right here. So in order to get that to happen, let's demolish this segment here. And get rid of a couple of these trees. And we're going to just try and smooth this out. So we don't want it to happen. We actually want this to come in a little bit further down than that. So we may want to move, yeah, let's move this over to there. And now we want, okay, this is getting a little more complicated here. We want to upgrade another section of this, but not a lot of it. Just enough to get that. There we go, that should be enough. Just enough so that we can get an entrance without a stoplight. And we want that entrance to kind of come in. Let's grab this. We want it to come in down there if we can. So, yeah, we're going to have to monkey with this a little bit. Let's start over here. So we can bring it out like that, and then in like that. There we go. But we got to change the direction now. Alright, now let's flip it back to our traffic view and take a look. That should be a lot better. The one problem with doing this, interspersing the 6-lane with a 3-lane highway, is you got less lanes. So traffic is going to all try and change lanes there, which is not ideal. But that cleaned that up quite good, I think. There's no backup anymore. We still get backup down here. But I think perhaps this whole road needs to be rethought. These in and out loops maybe should be highways, and enter and exit onto them rather than dumping into these main thoroughfares like this. We'll keep an eye on that, but yeah, that's definitely improved. So that is good to see. All right, let's just clean up our zones here quick. So we can rezone that, we can rezone that, and we can't zone any of this, but you know, some of that was those small buildings that aren't great for property value anyway. So let's just kind of fill this in with some trees. Make that look nice. And this corner here. Yeah. Cool. So something else we'll build there. That'll be good. Let's take a first-person view now down this road, which actually starts over here. So let's come right down here and tab to get into first-person view, and we'll drive through here. It's a little crazy coming underneath like that, which might cause some problems. But when we come through here, we got a nice little bit of a tree, that looks pretty good actually. And wow, this is actually a big hill up here, isn't it? Doesn't look like it when you're not in first-person view mode, but yeah, we come down here and yeah, see, we're going from 6 lanes to 3 lanes, which is a little... People are weaving all over the place. Yikes. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like the way that this... Whoops. I like the way that this looks when you take this corner. That's pretty cool. So, let me... Yeah, I like that. Alright, I'm gonna grab a screenshot here. Cool. Well, let's tab back out of first-person view mode. Alright, let's see. I think next time probably traffic in this area is going to get redone, and what I'm thinking of doing is taking this main loop here that goes through the middle and raising that all up, keeping it highway, and then just having down ramps into the rest of the industrial zone. And I think that will clean things up quite a bit, but we'll see. And then some of these entrances and exits probably have to be rethought because they were starting to back up. Like this here is really backing up. So we'll rethink some of that also. But it looks like we're basically running out of time, but you can see things are really improving. Things are, over here, our property values are really high, which is great. We've got a lot of top level buildings. If we just look at our value here, it's doing really good. So I would call this area a success so far. Notwithstanding a couple of last little traffic hiccups that we could probably smooth out. So, anyway, I hope this was enjoyable. I just wanted to kind of show a little bit of the detail work you can do with traffic, just to, you know, like this area that we did. And a lot of what I did in between episodes was just watch where traffic was going to and from and see if we could find ways to get them there more efficiently. Nothing more complicated than that, which resulted in some of these bypass roads along this roundabout, and making sure that our through traffic didn't get bogged down and things like that. So anyway, I hope it was enjoyable. I enjoyed doing this. I'm getting more into the game now that I'm starting to focus more on the little optimization details. That's pretty fun to do. So anyway, leave a like if you liked it. Leave some comments for me if you have anything to say. I love to read what anybody has to say. And subscribe if you haven't already. And you can follow everything else that I do on my channel. So anyway, hope everybody has a great day, and I'll see you next time.